Welcome to the Jerry Graves channel. This channel talks about narcissists. I want to go ahead and jump straight into the topic, but first, I want to ask you to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's jump into it. All right, so I want to explain how to build an economy. And so basically, if you want to build an economy and you're a black person, the first thing that you have to contend with is that you don't have a network as an individual person. Like we're the people that even want to be in business, we don't live near each other. We have nobody to really network with at a high level. Like you could talk about it, but as far as actually making something to sell, that's not going to happen for most black people. That eventually maybe one day will be there, but right now, no. You can't even find a black person to talk about business and stuff like that in general. Like most of the time, it's hard to even find people that even are interested in that. You can't find anybody that have money to contribute, and you, most importantly, you can't find anybody that has any skills when you're black. So you don't have a network, and white people don't want you to join their network, at least not in high numbers, unless you're like very skilled, but for the most part, no, they're not gonna let us all join them, or we wouldn't even have a problem with business right now. So black people have to become united and independent when it comes to building an economy. That means that you have to go about this independent, and hopefully maybe one day you might be able to find somebody who's done the same thing as you, and then you guys can unite. But this idea that you're gonna find other business people right out the gate, no, that's not gonna happen. You have to be able to do all this stuff from top to bottom, your whole business by yourself. That's what it comes down to. And you need to be very skilled at least like two different things that's from within the business. Like if you're an animator, you want to be able to write stories as well, or something like that. Two different things. You can draw and you can write and you can animate. That's what I'm talking about. And then the other skills that you have is like marketing, sales, all this other stuff comes with the territory that you need to be good at. You don't have to master, but you would need to at least be able to create the product yourself, and that's a tall order. It sounds like a lot of stuff, whether if we were to stick with the animation type of thing, then you would want to be able to create a video game and write the code yourself. That's how good you have to be when you're black. It's not about the fact that you're trying to copy that one or two guys that make it. I'm talking about putting a whole race of people on. If we're going to put a whole race of people on, you guys would have to try to be this good, or even better than that. And then this would definitely work. But if everybody's just trying to learn pieces of this and pieces of that, everybody's plans are going to fall through, like the majority of us. You can't build an economy with people that aren't skilled. And the more oppressed you are, the more skilled you have to be. Okay, so after you get to that level, the next level would be thinking like what they always say, you want to be a racetrack owner and not a horse racer. You don't want to just own the horse, you want to own the whole racetrack. So once you got to that level where you could, that last level I described, then you would have to be the type of person who just straight makes power moves as far as what else they're going to own. That you would have to think positionally. And you could do all this by yourself. If you were to get to the point where you had a product to sell, the next thing would be making a media company. The next thing could be making another type of company like that complements that for, I guess, your investments, and basically facilitating your position and making it easier and easier for yourself, where you're just constantly building like almost like your own city. your own country, because that's what you are. You're your own country. So you would build a whole city of businesses, and all these things would take study. You wouldn't just be throwing out and halfway doing things. You want to study and copy and learn through copying so that you can do a good job on each type. But that's how you would have to do that. Like, that's how you build a network, and that's how you become stronger and stronger within yourself. That's the independent part. And then if you were to eventually unite with somebody else who was doing the same thing, now you guys actually have a network. You don't need 1,000 or 1,000,000 people like how the white people have or the other races have. You two could be very powerful together, and you could be powerful by yourself. That's what it will take to build an economy. You have to do this stuff yourself. They've already taken your labor from you. They've already taken the money. They're not going to loan you anything. They're not going to be nice to you, let you join their network. They're going to be trying to throw roadblocks. So the first thing you have to do is build yourself up. Start with your own skills, getting to the mastering some type of skill. That's what it takes. And then maybe mastering one other skill, and then you're off from there. But if you don't have any skills and you do what most black people are trying to do, not skilled, let me learn some marketing, let me get in where I fit in. Oh, I heard this thing works on Amazon. Oh, let me go ahead and, try to jump into the fray. You're going to get eaten alive. At least for most of us, we can't build an economy like that. Some people have to stop and actually build their skills, like it's warfare, like a military man would, 16, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, until you got the skills down, period. And don't stop there. Learn everything that you need to learn, to top to bottom, where you don't need anybody else. And then we have a solid position, and you just keep solidifying and working as a positional chess player. You build different pieces. You don't care about what your specific taste on things. Like if you were in music, you start a radio show or you start a podcast that's around music. Like a lot of people have their particular taste when they're black. As far as like how a single mom would. They act like they're single mom. Oh, I don't want to do that. Like that, I never thought about. I'm just not the type of person that would run a radio show. Like if you're in music, why not? Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to have you do it just for the power of it? You don't do it because of, oh, it's my dream. Oh, that's just not my dream. Like that's thinking like a woman. You got to think like a man and think about power. Does it give me more power or does it not? That's how you build a network. If you can build those type of infrastructures underneath yourself, you can be a very powerful piece to the overall network of the economy, the black economy. But if you can't do that and you're picky and you only know one thing at a time, and it's never going to get built. It takes a military man to do that. And that's just kind of how it is. And that's all I got. Peace.